Hi, Tam here. Social media. You know, today, if you're not careful, right, social media can be the death nail in your relationship coffin, right? So, some few days ago, right, I ran into this old friend of mine, this lady friend. So we last met 3 years ago, and we haven't been in contact ever since, not on Facebook, not on anything. So anyway, we reconnected, we bumped into each other, she was there with a friend. We're both happily surprised to see each other, we greeted each other, we hugged each other, and I was very busy at the time. So I told her, hey, look, I'd love to see you again. I'm going to be busy today, tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow. It's hectic right now. But in 4 days' time, I'm going to have some time, right? So let's meet then. So she said, no, but I'm leaving in 3 days' time. So I said, no worries. I'm going to create time for you. Let's meet the day after tomorrow. I'm going to call you and give you the details, right? The name of the place, the time, and I'm going to make sure that I have 2 hours invested just for you, so you can catch up, have some good food, reconnect, right? So anyway, fast forward 2 days later, we had this nice restaurant, with my lady friend and a friend of hers, right? And during the conversation, we started talking about relationships. She's single. She broke up not too long ago with her boyfriend. A friend was single as well. And I'm single as well, right? So we're talking about relationships and stuff. And I could sense, well, actually, there was no need to sense anything. They were both a little bit bitter when it comes to men. And we're both saying that, men today, they're so pathetic, Gone are the days when men would approach you, men are scared to approach. They don't even look at you, they don't even compliment you. Everybody's just busy doing their own things. Men, they're so shallow, so pathetic, so narcissistic. And it went on and on and on, So I told the both of them actually, no, listen, because while we're chatting, right? The whole time we're chatting, they're both occasionally on their phones, on their smartphones, Not so much my friend, because she was really in the conversation with me, because she hadn't seen me in 3 years or so, But more like her friend, The whole time she's complaining about men, she's on the phone, she's posting on Facebook, she's posting on Instagram, on Snapchat and what have you, right? And at one point, I asked her, hey, what keeps you so busy? You seem to be always taking pictures and what's going on? So he said, no, I'm just updating I'm updating my posts, right? So basically the evening went like that. So, evening, it was a late afternoon, right? So first of all, they see me, the obligatory selfie, So they're taking a selfie and said something like, hey, it's me and the duck again, or something like that, And then we went in the restaurant, nice picture of the restaurant entrance. And then we sat at our table, picture of the table. That went straight to Facebook, I think. And then when the food arrived, before we could even eat, a picture of the food. And then that went to Facebook or whatever, And then the evening went on and on and on like that. And pictures were being taken and posted, right? And then later on, after that wonderful evening, actually, I went back to my place. And now, because, we're connected again, I checked their profiles. Not so much my friend, but more her friend, right? And her profile, her Facebook profile was unbelievable. Full of frivolous stuff, trivialities, mundane little things. And there was so much of it, like, hey, I'm going to the gym. A picture of your sneakers. Hey, I'm at the gym. A picture of the treadmill you're on. I'm leaving the gym. I did 60 minutes of this or that. A picture again. I'm eating some healthy food. A picture of the food. And, it went on and on and on like that. So, I just browsed through a little bit and there was nothing interesting really. But you know what? People are so fixated on their social media, I mean, live your life. Live your life. I mean, you're not living a reality show. I think you're not living your life to the fullest. If you always have to interrupt your life by snapping pictures of what you're doing and posting it on your favorite social media, or you're always there tweeting or retweeting or following tweets, you're not living your life to the full, right? I think you're depriving yourself of that beautiful experience that is life. If you walk around, if you go to the mall or anywhere, to a grocery store, everybody is fixated on their smartphones. Now, you can't complain if you're a woman, right? You can't complain that men don't have the guts to approach you. If men don't have that opportunity to approach you. And the same goes for men. You can't say that it's difficult to get a woman's attention when you're walking down the street fixated on your phone. Now, I go to my local grocery store, my local supermarket all the time. And whenever I go there, from the time I leave my car in the parking lot to the time I'm in the supermarket and then going back to my car, everybody is on their smartphone. But especially women, I have to say, right? Women in their 20s, 30s, 40s, even 50s, fixated on their phones. You're walking with a grocery store, you're walking with a grocery bag, and you're there on your phone looking at something. You're waiting in the queue, you're waiting for the teller, and you're on your phone, right? You take the subway, everybody's on the phone, men and women, and with sound, so sometimes with headphones or earphones. So, you're cutting yourself off from the real world. Nobody is ever going to approach you like that. Right? Live your life. If I'm walking down the street, or if I'm walking at the mall or in a supermarket, right? And I'm noticing you, but you're fixated on your smartphone, I'm not going to say hello, because I don't want to interrupt what you're doing. Right? If I'm in the subway and I'm noticing you and you look great and I would love to say hi. Well, if you've got your headphones, your earphones on and you're on your phone, I'm not going to interrupt you. That's rude, right? So I think you're blocking your chances of getting into, a beautiful relationship. Or at least, creating an environment conducive to a situation where, you might catalyze a possible relationship. You're cutting it off right there because, I can't even say hello to you. Because I don't want to be rude, and I especially don't want to be portrayed as somebody who's harassing you. If you're busy, you're busy. Right? So put your phone in your pocket, man. Be free. Enjoy your life. Stop taking pictures of everything in your life. I find this phenomenon of all the places I've been in the world, right? I find this phenomenon most acute in two places. I mean, that's from my own experience, right? Traveling in Asia, traveling in North America, traveling in South America, traveling in Africa, traveling in Europe, you know. I find that this fixation on your smartphone and cutting yourself off from the world is most prevalent, right, in two places. New York City and Hong Kong. For me, these are the two places where I saw that everybody is just on their phones. So even when you are outside your house or outside your work, you are not really there. You know, you're still basically immersed into your social media. Hong Kong and New York City, you know, you take a subway in New York, everybody's on their phone. Everybody is on their phones. Watching something, listening to something, it's impossible to speak to anybody. And I understand in a way because, you know, New York, man, sometimes, you know, you take the subway there and some guy comes in with a guitar and then starts, you know, screams and sings, and sometimes it's not even like, you know, it's more some cacophonic sound than beautiful melody, right? Or some artist is performing there, you know, and it's already a claustrophobic space. And then you've got some guy who's trying to get like $4 or $5 who's just bothering you a little bit, you know. So I understand New York, you know, sometimes, yeah, you know, you just want to switch off and then, you know, like, you know, separate yourself from the world. But I don't think it's a good idea, man. I mean, you know, why not enjoy the show, right? And then Hong Kong, same situation, right? You go to a subway in Hong Kong, or you're at a bus stop in Hong Kong, or you're walking down the street in Hong Kong, everybody is just fixated on their smartphones. So there's really no human contact, right? If somebody's alone, they will be on their phones. If it's more than one person, meaning if it's a group of friends, or if it's somebody and a friend or somebody and a colleague, then yes, right, they will be talking to each other. But even then, I would often see people who are obviously together, right? But they don't speak to each other. They're both on their phones, and they might have earphones, the both of them, doing their own things, you know. And the point I'm making is, listen, you know, you're looking for, if you're a woman, you're looking for Mr. Right. You're looking for that white knight in a shining armor, on a great white horse, right? And maybe that person, maybe you meet that person every second day, but because you're not even looking, because, you know, you're closing yourself off, you're never going to be approached by that person, you know, because you are portraying yourself as being inaccessible. And if you're a guy, you know, maybe you're looking for that wonderful woman who's gonna to make your life so much better, but you're never gonna find that person. You know, if you close yourself off, if you're always on your social media, man, you know, the minute you go out, you're not really out. Yes, you're out in the environment, but you're really in your social media, you're in your computer, in your smartphone, right? So again, you're cutting yourself off. Social media is great, but social media, like I said, can also be the death nail in your relationship or potential relationship. You know, there's no need to post excessively and compulsively on Facebook and on Instagram and on all these things, you know. And there's no need to be on Tinder all the time. I mean, personally, I don't like Tinder, and I made a video about that. You're welcome to have a look. But, you know, I often see, like in the case of my friend, right, that's something else. While we were talking, her friend, right, she was complaining about being single, but at the same time, she was on Tinder Can you believe that? She was on Tinder swiping left and right. And I thought that was amazing. You saying that you're single and you're not in a relationship, and you're looking forward to being in a relationship. You are out in the city, in a nice restaurant. We're enjoying ourselves. And yet you keep swiping on Tinder. Why? So I actually asked her that. And then she said, oh yeah, because she's in that restaurant now, and she just wants to see who are the men around. Maybe there's somebody available. Even if there is, that person is probably also on Tinder. So, what's the point, man? Go out, live your life, meet people, speak to people, approach people. Let yourself be approached by people. And, enjoy the beautiful life that you have. That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. And as usual, always be better than you were yesterday. Cheers.